So we have Nick here with us this evening. Nick, how are you doing?
Yeah, all good. Thanks. How about yourself, Dean?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Very crazy, eventful end towards the game. So as I've said, that we'll get into it. What were your thoughts? Obviously, from 70 to 85 odd minutes or so, it was very action packed. What were your thoughts to that then?
Yeah, I thought it was a good second half from us. To be honest, I thought we probably deserved the 3 points on our second half performance and being in the situation within the game that we were in. But ultimately, we didn't hold on to that late on. Made a mistake and cost us the 3 points. But I think overall, we're probably lucky to go in at half time 0-0. Um, Ollie's had to make some good saves in the first half. We've defended reasonably well, but in possession we were poor. Second half in possession, very very good, and defended poorly overall. So I think probably over the balance of it, a point is probably a fair result for both teams. But you got to think that when you're in the 91st minute and 3-2 up, that you can see out of that game.
Yeah, I mean, I know obviously we were saying, and we've spoken about how the start of the season we've had a lot of possession, and we seem to be a team that when we're in the possession at the minute now, we're dominating games and we're showing and putting our own game onto other people's. What do you think was the difference, obviously, between the two halves, should we say? Because obviously, first half, you said it was a little bit, we weren't really dominating our game plan onto them. What was the difference in the second half, do you think?
Just sorting ourselves out, organization at the back, and how we go forward. We spoke in, we the pre-match prep is always the same. We spoke in detail about what we needed to do, but I just wasn't happy at half time about how we were doing it. And in the second half, we got a lot more control on that, both in and out of possession. I think the transition was key in that today. And in the first half, we transitioned really badly, whereas in the second half, our transition was pretty much spot on. So from going out of possession into possession. So yeah, I think what we discussed at half time definitely played a part in how much better we were on the ball in the second half. And the boys really responded to that. But we basically said exactly what we'd said before the game. So we've got to make sure that we start that way in games as well, and make sure that we impose that from the off.
And I know it's going to be hard not to talk about this lad. Scores his hat trick, three great goals. I mean, I did try and give him a bit of banter, telling him the goalkeeper put the first one in his own net. But what do you think to Reese's performance today? Obviously, I'm not discrediting any of the other players, but yeah, what do you think got into him today?
Well, obviously, obviously got man of the match as I said to you after the game. But I thought his performance in the first half was pretty passive. Reece is a player that needs the ball at his feet, and when he can get into the situations that he got into today, um, he made their defence scared. It's as simple as that. They kept backing off him, especially for like the third goal, for example. And all three goals were, well, different goals. Obviously, the first one was obviously a cross, catches the keeper out. And the second and third were absolutely brilliant strikes. And that's the quality that we have when we play to our strengths. We just needed to settle down and start doing that, which is what we did. Obviously, conceding so early in the second half was disappointing, and the boys showed a lot of character to come back from that. And then obviously you've got that crazy 9 minute period where it goes to 1-1, then we're 2-1 up, then we're 2-2, then we're 3-2 up, and the boys showed our qualities today in that second half period, and it's just a shame that we weren't rewarded with all 3 points at the end of it.
No, definitely, I agree. It was a bit of a crazy one towards the end there, and obviously the third goal we conceded to obviously draw the game isn't nice to happen, and obviously sort of drop the 2 points there. But on to next Saturday, Desborough in the FA Vars. We've got a week now to prepare. No games in midweek, which is nice to have. How do you think we'll fare against them?
Yeah, I mean, I've had someone go and watch them, so I've got a report on them, and we'll prepare in our usual way. Like you say, it's nice to have 2 sessions this week where we can get properly prepared. You know, focus on today's game on Tuesday and getting right the wrongs from that, and then Thursday preparing for what is a long trip up towards the Midlands for the Desborough game. So look, it's the FA Vars. It's another FA competition that hopefully we can do ourselves proud in on Saturday in that away game.
Well, definitely, mate. We'll catch up with you next weekend after the result to see how we do. But yeah, good luck, and I'll catch you next week, mate.